All right, shalom, shalom. Back at it again. It's the brother Tazadat from the Great Millstone, South Carolina Maintenance Branch, coming at you with another quick edified lesson through the spirit power of the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi. And before I get in this lesson, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahawashi, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and bishop of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and who will what today. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. And shalom also to the few sisters that Akwat that come in the true spirit power of the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi. Lord, would ask this lesson be edified. Shalom. So getting into this lesson, man. I'm gonna be going into St. John chapter 15, verse 12 through verse 17, man. And I'm going to name this title of this lesson, What We Would Do for the Lord and What the Lord have done or do for us, man. Elect men, the true believers, the men of the Lord. And it's red letter, so this is Big Bro Yahawashi speaking. Okay? And you see the subtitle, it says disciples' relation to each other, man. But this whole chapter is good, man. But the main point I want to get to is in verse 12 through the 17th verse, man. Okay? So this is St. John chapter 15, verse 12. It said, "This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I love you," right? So this is the Lord Yahawashi speaking, man. And one of his commandments is to love one another as Yahawashi love us, man. He's talking about the ones in the true spirit of the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi, the ones that come in his spirit, man, and his name, the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi, which is the elect men. All right, Lord willing, I'm praying to be part of the elect number, man. All right, mainly here at Great Millstone, that's what it's talking about. Granted, it's gonna be members of the elect among these other different Israelite camps that ain't gonna come out of that madness. All right, but it's talking about the elect man here, man. All right, so the Lord Yahawashi told us, man, he commanded us to love one another as Yahawashi love us, man, and that's what we're supposed to do: care for one another. All right, beat up for one another, support one another. All right, no matter what the situation may be, even just to call to talk to the brother, hear a brother voice, man. That's love one another, man. Being brotherly love, man. I let brother love continue, man. Okay, so that's one of the commandments Big Brother Yahawashi gave us, man. Okay, so St. John 15 and 13, it said, "Greater love had no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends," right? So if you replace that friend with brother, that's what we are, man. All right, Yahawashi said, and he told us, man, no greater love than no man than this, man, that he laid down his life for his brother, man. All right, so Yahawashi said, hey, we are not friends, we brothers, man. All right, which brother is friend? All right, and you'll do anything for your brother, man. We'll lay down our life for our brothers. We out there laying down our life each and every day on the highways and hedges, or doing sit-down videos. Okay? We'll lay down our life for our brother. Matter of fact, our ultimate big brother, Yahawashi, he laid down his life for us. All right, for the nation of Israel, ultimately the elect sake on this side. All right, we would do the same for Yahawashi, man. I ain't point blank period, man. And Yahawashi said, no greater love than that, man, that a man lay down his life for his brother. And we'll do that, man. And we doing it each and every time we go out there to the highways and hedges. Even doing sit-down videos, man. Why? Because we fear the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi. All right, but we also have our brothers back, but if something ever to go down. We are not like these other fake Israelite camps, leaving our brothers stranded. All right, if you talk to one, we talk to all, man. If you buck up against one, you buck up against all, man. All right, when we holding posts, we watching out for each other. Make sure these demons or devils or these other heathen nations trying to come up against us while we out there. And we stay and we keep up, we hold everybody accountable, man. All right, when we out on the highway, says going to war for our brother. All right, but the Lord Yahawashi said it himself. Greater love than have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend, man. And we lay down our life for our brother every time we step out down on the highways and hedges, man. No matter where we going, man. All right, fellowshipping, doing the work of the Lord Yahawashi first and foremost. All right, when we out on the highways and hedges. All right, and like I stated, man, Yahawashi laid down his life for us. We're going to do the same for Yahawashi and our brothers, man. Okay? St. John 15:14, it says, ye are my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you. Right, man. Yahawashi said we are his brothers, man. If you do whatsoever I command you, right. So we're going to listen to Yahawashi. Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi told us go out there and speak right now. That's what we're going to do, man. All right. The Lord Yahawashi told us to prophesy this time, on whatever time. That's what we're going to do. Go out there to call, brother. That's what we're going to do. Whatever the Lord Yahawashi command us to do. And brothers, and we're going to do it, man. If a brother needed help all the way in Georgia, and Yahawashi said, get up. That brother needs some help, brother, and we gonna do it, and vice versa, man. Whatever the Lord Yahawashi command us to do, we'll do that for our brother, man. If our brother need help or stranded, no matter what time of night, and we're going to get that brother, we're going to help that brother. Our brother just needs something like just to talk to. Whatever the Lord Yahawashi command us to do, that's what we're gonna do, man. All right, St. John 15:15. It says, henceforth I call you not servants, for your servant know what his Lord doeth. Right. So the Lord Yahawashi said he don't call us servants, man. All right, because with your servants, you know, our servants don't need to know everything, man. Our servants just need to know what to do. All right. Continue on, but he said, but I call you brothers, which is friends, for all things that I have heard unto my Father, I have made known unto you. Right. So with your brother, you share your secret with your brothers, man. You share the same thing Yahawashi, share, what Yahweh shared with Yahawashi, which he shared with us, because we are brothers, man. All right, we don't share with everybody, our secrets, man. All right, so the Lord Yahawashi, and he shared us just with the understanding with his brothers. All right, whoever come in the spirit by the Lord Yahawashi, calling them the true name, man. All right, we don't share with our servants, man. The ones that outside this truth, man. On the one we deal with in everyday life, but outside this truth. All right, but we share this wisdom out of understanding among each other, man. Elect men. All right, so whatever the Father has gave unto Yahawashi shared with us, man. All right, and Yahawashi said it himself, man. St. John 15:15, henceforth I call you not servants, for serving nor what his Lord do. All right. All right, his servants, his servants, don't know everything, man. But he called us friends. Friends know our secret, man. You want to spill what we know among each other to everybody, man. All right, which is this was an understanding, man. That's why he called us friends, which is brethren. For all things that I heard of our Father, I have made known unto you, right? So whatever Yahweh gave unto Yahawashi, which is what the understanding, protected, the elect being, all right, was made for Yahawashi. All right, so whatever Yahawashi, got for his Father, he gave it to us, which is this wasn't understanding. This brotherhood, this beautiful, friendship we have, man. Even you may not know a brother on that longer than you, but you get that connection like you know a brother for a long time, man. And that's exactly what it is, man. Because you did. All right. St. John 15:16, it said, "You have not chosen me, but I chose you and ordained you, that you should go forth, you should go and bring forth fruit, that your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of my Father in my name, he may give it." Right. So we ask it in the name of the Lord Yahawashi, man. And he continue to bless us, man. All right. All right, so that's a cut, man. All right, you can't choose the Lord. Yahawashi got to choose you. The Lord Yahawashi got to choose you. You can't choose the Lord. All right, and Yahawashi chose the elect men. Lord, with her. I don't know about Zion. I'm praying to be brought in that number. All right, he chose the elect men to go forth. All right, and he ordained you, man, that you go forth and bring forth fruit, man. That you go forth and bring forth like-minded brother like you. All right. And that your fruit shall remain. This was an understanding, man. I mean, remain with you and your brothers that come in the same spirit of him. That whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it, right. So if you ask the Heavenly Father Yahweh in the name of Yahawashi, he continued to, barakatah, mean bless. What this was an understanding, man. And continue to be brotherly love, man. Okay? That the Lord Yahweh may give it, man. All right, and you only can do that through the true name of the Lord Yahweh Yahawashi, man. Okay? If you don't have the true name, you don't have nothing, man. And they start with the Rakahakadash. Okay? St. John 15:7 says, "These things that I command you, that you love one another." Right, man. To wrap things up, man. The Lord Yahawashi shall command us to love one another, to care for one another. As we do the same for him, he'll do the same for us, man. That's why he created the elect. That's why Yahweh created. Matter of fact, Yahawashi handpicked the elect men for himself, man. For we to be with one another, love one another, cherish one another, and praise the Lord Yahawashi, man. And do the bidding of his own name, man. Do the bidding of his own word, man. Which is prophesying, teaching, preaching in the name of the Lord Yahawashi, man. Only brothers do that. Because Yahawashi said, 1 and 2 is in the midst, it's Yahawashi. 2 or 3 is in the midst, Yahawashi is there, man. So Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi told us, man, he commanded us to do what we would do for him as he would do for us. All right? But, that's the point. Lord would, as this lesson was edified, just like I started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahawashi, Bashim Kakadash, the honors to the pastor, elders, and bishop of great millstone who taught it is true, and who will wet day. All right, shalom, and, to the hopeful elect. All right, citation and peace to the men that's laboring on the four corners of the earth, and a few sisters that outwalk as well. Until next time, I say shalom.